Welcome, everyone. Well, we have some news here in the MMA world. First, Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen is now off. I was really looking forward to that because Vettori's kind of become that top five gatekeeper in the middleweight division. And it kind of seemed like Allen has been on quite a winning streak and doing it in quite impressive ways, dominating his last opponent on the ground, choking him out. I mean, Paul Craig is a really tough ground fighter. So to do that, to beat him wasn't that crazy. To do it the way he did it, taking him down every round, almost submitting him, and then finally submitting him was pretty impressive. Well, Chris Curtis is going to step up, and he'll be fighting Brandon Allen at UFC Vegas 90. And this will be a rematch. Allen's last loss was to Chris Curtis. He got TKO'd by Chris Curtis. He got beat down. So this will be interesting because if Chris Curtis, I mean, since that fight, Brandon Allen has shot up a lot more than Chris Curtis has. But this would be big because Brandon Allen can get that loss back. If Curtis can win, then he will go up quite a bit in the rankings. So he's kind of been ranked, but just outside the top 10. And this could be big for him because this could put him, I would think it would put him definitely in the top 10 if he got the win. So that's first here. Let's see. Recapping some of 299. One we had Burns versus Jack Della Mandela. Very back and forth battle. I kind of had, I keep wanting to call him Mandela. I'm sorry. I kept having, I thought Jack was winning. Apparently he was down on two judges' scorecards. And he was able to come back with a broken arm. You can actually see that right here. Boom. He had a broken arm. Apparently it was earlier in the fight is what I've read. That's quite a break. That is his radial bone broken in his arm. So that's a pretty rough one. So great comeback win for him. A perfect knee. They're on the ground. Jack's able to come up, push off the cage, create a scramble, get up, and then he guessed right that Burns would just shoot right for the takedown. Perfectly timed knee, rocked him, hurt him, never let him recover, and eventually got the finish. And let's see here. MVP versus Holland. I have no idea how Holland was the favorite in this fight. I put down a little bit of money on MVP. I thought it was very obvious he was going to win. Holland, he has a lot of natural talent, but he does not seem to take fighting super seriously. Like, it's a lot of fun for him, which is good. It should be fun. But he does not seem like he takes it super seriously. And he won the second round pretty much because MVP got a little stupid. He got a little too crazy. Pretty much got himself taken down, which is what Holland was trying to do the whole time anyway. So I thought he might get finished in the second MVP, but he didn't. He dominated the first and third. He would have dominated the second if he hadn't been a little goofy there and wild. Also, O'Malley and Cheeto. Impressive performance from Sean, but not like crazy impressive. The first round was like a sparring match, and Sean basically won it just because he landed more kicks. It was kind of a Israel Adesanya type of round where he just kind of doesn't really hurt the guy very much, but just does enough to win the round. And that's kind of how the first 2-3 rounds were. Cheeto was able to kind of start getting to him in the fourth. O'Malley landed an amazing knee that hurt him, but didn't hurt him. It should hurt anyone else. It probably rocked him, but just not enough to really show it. That was pretty crazy. Amazing chin on Cheeto. Never been knocked down in the UFC. I don't know if he's ever been knocked down in his pro MMA career. But Cheeto should not have had the title shot. I know it's the whole rematch thing, and now O'Malley avenged his one loss. They're really trying hard to make him seem better than he really is. So we'll fight Merab next. I don't know how long Sandhagen's supposed to be out with an injury. I know he's healing somewhat. I think Sandhagen beats O'Malley quite easily. So I think they're going to try their best to keep Sandhagen away from it as long as possible, because I think that's not an easy win, but it's just Sandhagen's so dynamic on the feet that I think he'll use his length, and he's a much better kicker than O'Malley is, that he'll just be able to kind of get the win it might look like a sparring match between Sandhagen and O'Malley, but I think Sandhagen just kind of wins that fight pretty easily. Um, but yeah, Chio's a slow starter. He started slow, kind of got some stuff together, but then Sean still got the better of him, mostly in the fourth. Round four was pretty close, and then round five, Sean actually hurt him the most in round five, even though he seemed to land a bigger shot with that knee the round earlier. But anyway, O'Malley gets the win. He'll fight Merab next. He called out Ilya Topuria after the fight, but from everything I'm reading and hearing, it's going to be Merab next, which will be an interesting fight. Uh, O'Malley needs to finish him in the first 2 rounds. Merab will try to do what Aljamain did, but I think Merab's better at it. So Merab can get hit coming in, which is exactly what Sean wants. So I'd like to see Merab kind of take some angles and then go for his takedowns. Don't just dive forward. That's how you can, because Sean doesn't really throw a lot of hooks. He's mostly a straight striker, jabs and crosses. So if you kind of take, punch, get an angle, then go for the takedown, maybe that could help you. Push him against the cage. Merab, he'll just spam takedowns and wear you out. I'm not even sure how much he even got Peter Yan down in their fight. He just spammed the takedowns and wore him out and won the round that way. I think he did something similar to not Aljo, Aldo as well, when Merab beat Aldo. So Merab and O'Malley should be pretty interesting going forward whenever that fight happens. Poirier versus Saint Denis. Really interesting fight. Some people said that, up until the finish, Dustin didn't look that good. I don't really believe that. Anytime that Dustin was in a bad spot, it's because he put himself there. He likes to spam that guillotine choke. He says that he's always going to do it. His team told him to stop doing it. I think I counted he went for 6 guillotines in that fight. One of them was really bizarre. He really went for it in a kind of a strange way. And, high elbow, kind of sticking the hand in there. I thought he was almost trying to do like an Ezekiel / guillotine, but I think he was really just trying to do a high elbow and grab the hand. But yeah, I thought Poirier looked great. Every time he touched Saint Denis with a punch, he hurt him. Even before the knockout sequence and rocking him and all that stuff. Every time he hit him, he hurt him. And basically the rest of the fight was mostly Dustin going for guillotines, getting very close several times, but not being able to get him. And then Saint Denis would get out, get top position. He took his back a little bit, hit him with some punches, but Dustin was always able to get back up and go for more guillotines. And going forward, I mean, they're talking about Poirier and Islam, and I don't like the whole situation right now because in my mind, it should be Islam versus Justin because Justin, in amazing fashion, just knocked out Dustin Poirier. So I don't really feel like Dustin Poirier should get a title shot right now, especially not over Justin. And I think Ilya Topuria should be fighting Max. Max has been the #1 contender forever. He beats everyone that's not Volk. So I would say Ilya versus Max, Islam versus Justin. But unfortunately, I mean, it would be a good fight, maybe Justin versus Max. As Islam, I believe it was Islam, or Khabib, one of them said, the fight makes no sense. I think it might have been Khabib who said that. Fight doesn't make any sense. Why are these two fighting each other? Max is at a huge disadvantage. If Max can find a way to win, which I don't think he's going to, that would be amazing. He should definitely be next for Ilya in that case. If Justin beats Max, which he probably will, I mean, I guess that helps him. Or does it even help him towards the lightweight title shot? I mean, he's being a guy he should beat. He'll be much bigger than Max. I just don't love the fight. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Poirier really shouldn't get the title shot, though it'd be a fun fight, Islam versus Poirier, but it should be Islam Justin, Ilya Max, because Ilya can then beat Volk the way he did and beat Max. Okay, that's the 2 head guys. Then you can start clearing out the younger guys and stuff like that. It's kind of like with middleweight. DDP finished Whitaker. If he can fight, and especially if he can finish Izzy, well, that's the 2 guys that have been at the top of the division forever. Then you can start clearing out all the other names as well. Whether you think that Izzy should get a title shot being 1 and 2 in his last 3 fights, that's a whole nother situation altogether. But so that's what's going on right now. Oh, lastly, Mark Coleman, the Hammer, UFC champion. I'm not sure if he was actually like a real champ, like a champion, or if he was just a tournament champion. I think he had a belt, so I think he was like an actual heavyweight champion, not just the tournament winner. He was woken up by his dog, Hammer. His parents' house was on fire. He was able to save his parents. He went back in to get his dog. Unfortunately, his dog did not make it. Mark passed out due to the smoke fumes he was breathing in. They got him out of there. And from what I was hearing, things did not look very good. The odds were kind of against Mark Coleman, but he beat it. He's alive and fairly well. He's conscious, talking. There's a video with him and his daughters hugging, crying. So Mark Coleman, he's a hero. Unfortunately, Hammer the dog did not make it, though he did alert Mark, which helped everyone get out of the house. So without the dog, everyone would be gone right now. But Hammer sacrificed himself to save everyone else, and Coleman was able to get everyone out of the house. So that's your MMA news for right now. Subscribe. I want to be doing this more often. I kind of work as a public speaker a lot of the time, and I get my head a lot about making videos about my actual profession, which is like the health industry, exercise, nutrition, stuff like that. So I love MMA. I want to talk more about it just because I bother all my friends talking about MMA. And anytime I'm with my friends who like MMA, I'm always talking about it with them and all these different scenarios, what should be happening, all the news that's latest is going on. I'm always on SureDog, following the latest news on this in the forums, chatting with people. So I love MMA. Been following it for over half my life. Been doing kickboxing since I was 16, Muay Thai kickboxing, jiu-jitsu since I was 17. Though there were long breaks in between sometimes due to health reasons and different things like that. But follow the channel. We'll talk more. Thanks for following me, guys. I really do appreciate it. See you in the next video. Bye.